Oh, hello. In this video, we are going to look at speed time graphs. So now here we've got information for three different types of motions. So in journey one, and that is the speed of the car given in meters per second. So if you look over here in the first part, speed remains at 14 meters per second as the car moves along. So that's the constant speed. If you look over here in the second set of information, so initially speed was 0, then it becomes 2, 4, 6. That means speed every second, speed increases by 2 meters per second. So it's 2 meters per second every second, or we say that car was accelerating. And how much was the acceleration? Acceleration was 2 meters per second, which we call as 2 meters per second square. Now let's look at motion 3. So initially car was going at 28 meters per second, then speed becomes 24 meters per second, 20 meters per second, and so on. So how much does the speed decrease? By 4 meters per second. And again by 4 meters per second or 4 meters per second. So what we say is that in this motion, speed of the car was decreasing or it was decelerating. And what was the deceleration? Deceleration was 4 meters per second every second, or 4 meters per second square. Now, if we plot these graphs, this information in the graph looks like this one. So first one was going at 14 meters per second. So we can see that on this side, we've got a speed in meters per second. On this side, we've got time. So this was the first motion. So speed was constant throughout the motion, and it was 14 meters per second. So horizontal line in a speed time graph means constant acceleration. Second part of the motion, that was this one, an acceleration. It is shown by this red line over here, journey number 2. So as we can see that every second speed was increasing, but it was increasing at a constant rate, or the car was accelerating. So the slope of the line gives us the acceleration. So that's a constant acceleration. The last graph, which is journey number 3 over there. And if you look over here, towards the end, car had stopped and it stays stationary. Speed was 0. So let's see what the graph looks like for this motion. So that's done in green. So initially it starts at 28, then it becomes 24, decreases by 4, decreases by another 4, and so on. So a negative slope, this is a negative slope. So a negative slope means that the car was decelerating. And over here is a horizontal line at the bottom, and that shows us the speed was 0 or car was stationary. So to summarize, what we can say is, in a speed time graph, horizontal line means constant speed. A straight diagonal line means constant acceleration. A negatively sloping line means a deceleration. And stationary object can be represented at the 0 meter mark. So that's the constant speed. Sorry, that's the stationary object because the speed is 0. So let's look at another set of notes. And so here, that is just summarizing all those things again. A straight diagonal line means a constant acceleration, and then horizontal line in a speed time graph means constant speed, and a line with a negative gradient means a constant deceleration, and that will be this one over here is the stationary object. Now let's explain all that use. So that's all for this video. So thanks for watching it.